I met a Gypsy.
Do you have like electrolytes as well, or do you just drink a lot of water?
I drink electrolytes when I need to. Like if I'm not riding or anything, I'm not drinking electrolytes. But I drink a lot of. I don't know if you ever heard of Liquid IV. It's pretty. It's good stuff. Good. It's like everyone drinks like Rhino Power, Scratch, everything like that. I stick to bare minimum. Like I drink Liquid IV, which is it's what it sounds like, and then a little bit of protein stuff. But I try and stay away from that stuff as much as possible, especially with the water and whatever that. Like you can get caught.
Oh.
You could get blindsided. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Not really into it.
It's fucking sketchy, man. Like the whole supplement deal. Like you got to be so careful. It's kind of crazy. Like not more people don't get popped in the sport, but like the whole drug thing in moto is just, it's not really in play as in the same way that it is in like so many other professional sports.
Yeah, I mean, I got really nervous like after like the tickle thing and all that stuff, because I mean, it is a reality. And then if I get busted, I mean, your career is basically over. So, and there's just so many little things like they could mess it up in the factory and you get caught with a trace something in your blood and it's over. So I just try and stick with something that's, I wouldn't say mass produced, but something that is very like typical, like Liquid IV. Yeah. And these people are this is what they do, and they make it for everybody and stuff. Like those smaller companies and stuff like that, I don't know if not that I don't trust them, but they don't have a big a big process of how they make it. They can make it somewhere smaller and stuff can get messed up easier. So I just try and stick to the basics. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel with putting stuff in my body. I think I'm old fashioned, so if you're in really good shape and you can just feel your body right with food, you don't need that stuff. So that's kind of my mindset on that.
Yeah, and it's the move, because those companies, like you said, so they all get manufactured in China, and then it's not like it's a Chinese factory that just works for them. It's like that Chinese factory, like if you're some sketchy dude trying to make like pre-workout with crack in it, then it's just like, that's coming from the same factory that makes like whatever else. Exactly,
yeah. It's just every time I get tested, I'm like, dude, like what if something that I take, because I mean, I take a thing called UCAN, which is like a protein thing, and then I take Liquid IV. I'm like, if something's in there and I get busted, like that'd be the worst way to end your career, I think, because you're totally not in control.
Oh yeah, and then you don't control the narrative either, and it's kind of gnarly. Like I actually would love to talk to Tickle about that whole deal, because like Tickle's a really good dude, and when that all come out, I was like, man, I don't know about all this. And then, you know, instantly people drop you, like, you know, the sponsors drop you, and then you're not allowed to, if you put out a statement, then like Water can put stuff out. Like the whole system's kind of set up to where like if you get popped, you're fucked. And the same thing with James, dude. Like that was probably the most disappointing. Like after James got popped for Adderall, it's just like everyone should have been like, no, fuck this. We're not playing this game. We need to change this. This doesn't work if this happens.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like there's just a gray area there. Like it's black and white, but it's also not. Like I feel like you could get, I don't know, I just feel like there's a gray area, like what you can take and I don't really understand it. That's why I don't do it. Like I don't push the boundaries, because there's so many, like you listen, I mean I was sat in a whole bunch of these meetings with USADA. Well, I think it's USADA now because FIM's not a part of Supercross. So I sat in these meetings. I don't get it. Like they say like, oh, if it says NDA approved on the side, it's fine. But you can, if they mess it up, you still don't get a free pass. So I'm like, well, I'm putting my career in these other people's hands. And yeah, Tickle's awesome. Like I can't imagine him doing something when something he knows about that's illegal. I cannot see that happening. So, and it's just weird because you can't talk about it. And then the whole thing, like with Christian and the same way, like I actually forgot about the James thing, because the Tickle thing kind of took that over. And then Christian. I actually forgot about the tickle one is the one that sticks in my brain, like because that I feel like played a big toll. I mean, he's on factory KTM, things are going right, and then that happens. So yeah, I just don't mess with it. I'm not. I think just fueling your body with food and being fit is the best way to go.
This is a weird way, my weird brain. This is like how I think about it. Is we good?
I'm trying to get Shane to get I have Starbucks over there. I'm pinging right now. Thank you.
That's
Sorry.
So good. This is the way my weird brain works about it, right? Is let's say you're in the 250 class, right? And then you go and you put like a big bore kit in your bike, and then you race like 4 races with this big bore kit, and then you get popped. What happens? Like, what's the suspension? Is it 4 years? It's not.
No,
that's not gonna ruin your career. So like, think about a supercross race in the lights class with a big bore kit versus like taking some whatever supplement. It's like, dude, if I really want to cheat and like really want to have like some kind of crazy gains, I'm probably running a 270 kit, getting every hole shot, being able to jump every single jump, having like bulk drive through the whoops. And then if you get caught, they're probably just going to take your points off you. So it's like, but then you put something in your body to help recovery, strength, like all that shit. And it's like your career, done. So I'm like, all right, in terms of crime and punishment, I feel like the bike thing is probably going to guarantee you better results. And you're also not going to get popped and get done for 4 years. So in my head, I think there's more of like it makes sense from like a moral perspective, or like there's like some weird moral issues that are tied to it. But in terms of like the actual performance enhancing benefits, like there's other shit you can do to cheat and you're not going to get penalized for it. That to me seems crazy.
Yeah, I agree. If you're going to cheat, I always tell people, like, you could take whatever you want for your body. If you're a 10th place guy, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. It's those guys. If you're searching for that a little bit, if you're getting second every weekend because you're fading in the last 5 minutes, okay, maybe it's going to help, but we're not professional cyclists. A lot of our sport is based, I would say 75% is based on talent. Or not talent, but ability to ride the bike. And I don't know. I think fitness is obviously a big part of it, but it can also, people overlook it, or not overlook it, but they overanalyze fitness. And I think if you have a good bike setup and you can ride the dirt bike for 20 minutes comfortably, you don't have to be the fittest guy out there. You just have to be able to ride the dirt bike. And taking those things and whatever you want to take, I think it helps, but at the end of the day, it's not going to move you from 5th to 1st. It's going to be, everybody in their given night is going to be good, but it's just helps recovery and stuff like that. I just don't think it's that big of it. I mean, it is a big deal, obviously, to take it. And again, it's a moral thing. Like, if I go out there and I know I'm on something, I'm not going to feel right about it. And I'm probably not going to ride as good because I'm thinking about that. So, I don't know. I think you're better off doing something to your bike that's going to make a big difference and you're not going to get caught, or you're not going to get penalized nearly as big. But like I said, I think if you can ride your dirt bike, I would say eco-friendly, you're much better off than taking something like that.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.